Aloha Nui Kako, a Scorpio. Velina Mai A, White Shadow Spiritual Advising. Obria Ko'uinoa. Today we're going to be doing your August tarot forecast. So you can check out your sun, moon, rising sign, or really any placement in your birth chart in regards to these videos. Down below, you can find payment links if you would like to support my work, and you can also find the information to my Instagram, email, and TikTok. Okay, I keep wanting to say Sagittarius. I just did Sagittarius, that's why. Scorpio. You guys are getting quite the combination of cards. We have 3 cards here, and they are all higher arcana. So what that's going to mean is, first of all, the month of August is a complete catalyst month for Scorpio. I would say probably July as well. I'm pretty sure there were some of the transits, well, really Taurus, Scorpio placements have been very heavy within the astrological transits of this whole year. The eclipse nodes are happening in Scorpio, Taurus. So for those people, you're definitely going to have an intensity, but I have to say, this is quite the combination of cards here. Now, with it being all higher arcana, the higher arcana represents major themes and or archetypes for our lives. And you're getting 3 higher arcana. So this is a month where you're going to be experiencing a lot of major lessons. This month is going to be such a catalyst for you all, and it really should force you to step into a space. I feel the need to say this, to step into a space that's not only good for you, but I feel like coming to an understanding towards what a lot of people have confronted you on and what a lot of people have been trying to get you to see about yourself, in good ways, in bad ways, and the in-between. Okay, so I'm just going to show you all the cards at once because I was like, girl, you guys are getting, first of all, I'm sorry, my flip-flop went over there. First of all, you guys, Scorpio's receiving the death card. Okay, Scorpio receiving the death card. I mean, it might not be that shocking. The death card is represented by Scorpio in tarot. Scorpio is the sign of death. But you're also receiving the Hermit, the Death card, and Judgment. This combination right here, this will make or break you. This is like, you're either going to catapult or you're going to crash. And all that's going to be dependent on this Hermit guidance and energy. The Hermit is a card of great illumination. It is a light at the end of the tunnel. However, in order to achieve that and get there, you're going to have to step into the darkness of yourself. And what I feel the need to say is that Scorpios they usually don't have a problem doing that, or they don't have a problem doing that. However, I just feel very strongly from this that there's certain things that you guys are not fully willing to accept about your journey, about yourself, about your experiences, about your projections, and you're being placed into a space where you're not really going to have a choice but to do so. This could be an extremely triggering month for Scorpio. The thing about triggers is that it actually illuminates what's within us that needs to be heard and needs to be rectified and acknowledged and healed. So if you're being triggered and you want to react in anger, you can take a step back and say, okay, what is this anger actually? It might be grief. Okay, what is that grief from? I lost my cat when I was 10 and that changed my life. When my dad, was abusive to me. I lost my best friend 5 years ago. Whatever it is, there is a root. And a lot of times our triggers aren't just triggers, is what I'm seeing from this. And what I mean by that is the triggers they're surface. They're very, very surface. And we might react in anger. We might react in shame. We might react in narcissism. We all have narcissistic tendencies. And I know that's a very popular word right now. But pretty much what I'm trying to say is you need to go deeper than that. Deeper than just, I want to yell at this person. I want to ignore this person. There's something more to it, and it has to do with an aspect of yourself you're not fully willing to look at. And that's what the Hermit is going to represent. The Hermit is holding up this lantern, And it's almost like I feel, Scorpio, what I hear to say is you guys have to take a look in the mirror, because what you're trying to maybe accuse someone else of, or what it is you're trying to, it's like you're trying to view a circumstance or an aspect of your life in a certain way. And what it actually is mirroring how they say that our lives are a mirror. I feel that very strongly for Scorpio this month specifically, because that saying can be debated. I have a few opinions on that. However, I do feel like you guys are seeing something in a way that is very triggering, and it's not exactly what's happening. It's something that's happening within yourself, so you're making an outside circumstance appear that way to you. But is it appearing that way to other people? There's a lot going on here. So Scorpios, I would strongly encourage Scorpios to come get a reading from me. Go to your own spiritualist if you have one. Go bring this exact situation up to your therapist. We all kind of do the same kind of work. This needs to be spoken about, but ultimately the Hermit is trying to say, for one, illumination towards self that you have to accept. The Hermit is going to be stepping into the darkness, and it also is a very teachable moment from the Creator itself. The Creator is trying to teach you something. Now with the Death card, okay, the Death card, I like to say, is actually a card of rebirth. The Death card is about shedding a layer of skin. It is the releasing of an outdated self-identity that we no longer need. And it is a great surrender. It is a great sense of letting go and allowing an aspect of ourselves and our lives to dead away. We have one physical death in this lifetime. However, we have, dare I say, hundreds of spiritual, emotional, ego, self-identity deaths. And that's happening for you guys this month. And I feel it's being sparked by something very deep within yourself. This is something that's very touchy. It's a very touchy subject. Okay, and so then you're receiving the Judgment. The Judgment card is going to let me know that this is highly, highly karmic. That maybe something that you need to accept, Scorpio, is this circumstance, and the outcome is destiny. It's predetermined. It's something that's meant to happen. And I would even say that this is closing out a cycle that you have experienced in more than just this lifetime. I do feel this is coming from past lives, and especially coming from, I want to say, childhood experiences, earlier experiences, or involves like your family, maybe your own children, a husband, something like that. Now the Judgment card is pretty much like, it's like our guardian angel standing next to us with a checklist, and they're looking to see what you're going to check off this month, Scorpio. And it's one of those things, it's like the karmic merry-go-round. You're on it, you're off it, you're on it, you're off it. You're on it and you don't realize it, then you're off it, and then something happens, and then you put yourself back on it. And ultimately, you guys are shedding a layer of skin that you've had for a very, 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 very long time. And you are beginning a completely new cycle. And this can go one of two ways. It's either you're going to listen to what has been shown to you. I just feel like there's a cognitive dissonance going on with Scorpio. Like, I get this sense of like, okay, I went through this when I was 10 years old, and this was the result. And that kept happening over and over and over. Now that I'm 20 years old and I had my first breakup, and it's the same kind of result, this person saying the same thing to me that person said to me when I was 10. Now I'm 35 and I have kids, and my kids are saying the same thing to me that my first boyfriend said to me when he broke up with me. I keep having this same lesson, whether it's in finances or with my parents, or with my children, or with my lover. And it keeps happening over and over. That's common. That's what happens. But there's something about this that just is not computing entirely for you guys. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but that is karma. Karma will follow you and follow you and follow you, and it'll show up in every which way. It'll show up pink and purple and blue, but it'll all be the same shape. It'll all be a circle, and that circle shows up in different colors all throughout your journey. And it takes a great confronting of self in order to overcome energy like this. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that there for Scorpio. Again, I would encourage you all to discuss this with someone, get a reading, talk to your therapist, a counselor, whatever. All right, so I hope you all have a beautiful month.